joining on Sunday morning, session 23. And very grateful to be up in the morning, Brahma Vidya on Sunday, the day most people sleep. Let's start with the prayer of Ganesha. Om Gananantva Ganapati Avamahe Kavin Kavinam Upamasravastamam Jeshtarajam Brahmanam Brahmanaspata Anaha Chanyavu Sitibhihi Sid Sadhanam Vakratunda Mahakaya Suryakoti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kuru Me Deva Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada Siddhi Buddhi Shakti Sahita Shriman Mahaganadipataye Namo Namaha Nirvignam Kuru. The meaning of this prayer is Om Gananam Tva. Om Ganesha, we offer oblation to you, wise ruler of all gods, you who are the most renowned of all the wise ones, the preeminent sovereign of the sacred text. O ruler of Brahman, hearing us with riches takes a seat amongst us, with curved tusk, big belly, big body, affluence equal to 1,000 suns, makes me free of all obstructions. O Deva, in all my duties and at all times, solution to the great and blessed ruler of the host of gods, possessed of skills, intelligence, and power, make me free of all obstructions. Ganesha's prayer is very nice in the morning. Now we start this. So I will go into the speaker mode so that you may not be there. I will share the screen and I have you can be just in the listening mode and enjoy that. You can keep the video on so that in case I have to give feedback to you or anybody else, I can do that while. So I'm attending this conference in California, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday today, long sessions. The most impressive one which I found so far related to yoga is a yogic lifestyle and its scientific effects on well-being. It is by Eddie Stern. So all the content I'm using are Eddie Stern's content. They are not my content. So kindly use them. If you have to reuse them, take his permission or give the reference to his name. Right? So he talked about the relationship in a very scientific way, what yogas are done. And I will show you a couple of slides of his, which he shared with us very generously. And, the one thing he talked about was the definition, which totally impressed me, the scientific definition he created for yoga, for the well-being, scientific effect of well-being. So he was talking about yoga as a chitta vriddhi nirodha, Patanjali's second yoga sutra, and he talked about, how nirodha, which is basically stop the increase of vriddhis, different tendencies we develop using 5 senses, and where we stop that in the chitta, the mind, manas, buddhi. So chitta, if we can do that, that is a yoga. One simple shloka, he explained the whole thing, and he explained that, of course, like some of you already know the meaning of chitta vritti nirodha. And then this was another beautiful thing. He defined yoga is a systemic multi-modality intervention or practice that influence our anatomical body, physiological system, balance and calms our emotional and mental states, increases the facility of the faculty of discernment, increases feeling of devotion, gratitude, and awe, and provides conceptualization of transcendent principle that expand or dissolve our senses of separation, discrete exercises apart from the rest of the world. So beautifully, the one simple example comes to my mind is like, when all of us who have different things, somebody is stressed, somebody has diabetes, somebody has some other health issues. We all have different reason. And when we go to the yoga shala together, we do, the yoga asana, and we all get benefited. So that was very beautifully explained. And I was very, very happy that I was able to hear these word of wisdom from him. And then he gave a lot of practical example of the case studies done in the yoga, because a lot of time people say yoga is humbug. So he had them participated and did a lot of studies in which he explained the scientific data which they collected using yoga with some of their clients in the US and the world over. And he says, what do hypertension, grade point average in the schools of the children, back pain for some clients, anxiety in some customers, digestive disorder in some other people, certain cancer and type 2 diabetes have in common? It is stress and stress perception. I mean, the fact that this word is written in the red itself increases the stress level in us, right? He says, if you just change the font color of these to something nice and subtle, and the stress level goes down. Beautiful explanation to make his point that we just need to tweak little environment, our mental condition, our Dincharya, and yoga in the morning, AyurYoga, what we do, can itself change the stress and the stress perception we get from the environment. He talked about many different things, like once we are in the stress, then basically like whatever we do is related to anger, impatience, fatigues, hopelessness. All these things basically lead to chronic inflammations in our body, mind, and soul system. But if we are in the yogic state, that time we are calm, quiet, happy, kind, empathetic, slow, appreciating, gratitude, it automatically generates the healing response from the body, mind, and soul system itself. So the Kriya Yoga, he talked about Bhavana and all, which basically helps us heal moment we get into that state of mind or body, soul engagement in the yoga. So very good scientific explanation using the vocabulary of the Western world, right? And then why does yoga seem to be so effective? It has both bottom-up, top-down approaches. He talked about balancing and integration. And he gave a very simple example, like bottom-up approaches are basically which goes from our physical body, the most gross body, to our subtle body, right? Prefrontal globe, asana, pranayama, diet, and sleep exercises and all we do, right? And from the top down is from the subtle body, what affects our body, from our mind, consciousness to our physical body, which when we do meditation, behavior, self-examination, how it makes our body better. So two ways connections, right? And you remember some of these things we had spoken about in our own Dincharya sessions, right? So you can relate those things very well. And then example is like, bottom up is like, your heart rate, your respiration rates, blood pressure, digestion, elimination, what we are doing with Trifala, cleaning our system, Deepana and Pachana and digestion, sleep, getting up in the morning and sleeping early, sexual reproduction. All these collectives are our survival functions. We need to do this as a survival function. And these affects our state upward, right? And top-down effects are like, the compassion, the empathy, when we do strategic planning, task completions, whatever is there in our list to do, pro-social engagement, you were talking, the other day we were talking about, how much social obligation can create the stress and other things, right? Without knowing about, even for the good reason, visual, spital, sensory, language, etc. We talked about the vocabulary words just now. And then bottom-up practice, he maps the asana affects the blood pressure. Pranayama, except our respiratory system, where we're engaging secondary auxiliary muscles in these sessions, 23 sessions. Diet, affect our micro gut bacteria, our mood state, sleep, cellular and system repair, right? And exercise improve our longevity and all. So how the lower level things, posterior breathing, exert an influence on the musculoskeletal, cardiovascular, and nervous system function, as well as the effect of the down regulation of the HPA axis. Basically, when we do Brahmi, the HPA axis, the chemical axis, and sympathetic nervous system, which then support our immune system functions and emotional and well-being. So beautifully scientifically captured. And then it's a top-down, when we are, loving and kindness state of the mind, compassion, when we use mantra, especially for those people who are mentally very active all the time, to calm their mind, it helps mantra to them. We suggest some people mantra if our initial practice doesn't help them to calm down their mind. Devotions, anything devotion to the profession, devotion to the service, seva, more than themselves, somebody outside of them, silence and observation, spending the time with themselves, away from electronics. We talked about it many sessions before also. Support regulation of autonomic, neuroendocrine, emotional and behavior response to challenge or study stress perception. And they did studies also together with other people, and he has given the reference of that. And these also increase our vagal tone, an important, meditator of inflation. It comes down, those things which we talked about on the left-hand side, it comes down. And then self-regulation and the stress perception have been shown reduce a number of other things, digestive disorder, IBS, bowel syndrome, irregular bowel syndrome, chronic pain, depression, anxiety, neurodegenerative condition, multiple sclerosis, Parkinson's, PTSD, they have again studies and all. And we, in some cases, as you are aware, that, the CSF flow and brain things, we are trying to calm it down by using some of these practices, which you, I think, all people are fully aware of that. So the Kriya Yoga was the main thing he talks about. When we engage to Kriya Yoga has two words, Kriya means action and Yoga means union. So those two things, when we integrate in different practices, and it could be interfunctional, even though he focused on yoga, but we can talk about Ayurveda and yoga, we can talk about meditation and yoga and other interfaces, And then he talked about, let's use this Kriya Yoga as an umbrella. And some of these words, like, tapas means austerity in certain people. Tapas means going deeper. Some people say, like, it's like a gold. When you put the fire, the gold become pure. By doing more tapas, we become more pure, right? So the tapas is a physical, which include asana, pranayama, diet, and sexual responsibilities. He just mentioned the physical part of the activity as a tapas under the Kriya Yoga, even though we all know tapas is much more than that. Swadhyay means what is my purpose for myself, how I'm responsible for my body, mind, and consciousness. So that is verbal, study of texts, literatures, ancient texts, scriptures we study, repetition of mantras, self-examination through narrative. So he mentioned there as a part of the element in Kriya Yoga. He mentioned more intellectually, but we know it is much more than that. And Ishwar Paridhana, like, God's realization in this life, experience God in this life, not just believe what somebody else is telling. We ourselves experience God when we sit in the meditation. We realize there's something divine inside our heart. As we talk about, divine light in our heart is already present, which is pulling us inside. So Ishwar Paridhana is a mental, emotional, more spiritual also for us, but he mentioned physical side. And surrender, devotion, gratitude, awe, and sense of knowing. Very, very nicely he covered that there. And then, homeostasis, which keeps us in the center. Disease comes, our immunity is there, we handle it. Somebody else disturb us, we'll come back to the normal. But this homeostasis required many things, including some of these grounding things. And the body's innate ability to restore balance, stability within a change, maintains a stable and internal environment. That is a definition of homeostasis. And homeostasis works best when we support it. And it fails us, or we fail it when we don't. Right? So homeostasis is our responsibility, even though it maintains us well. So, the two-way relationship, and that can only be done when we maintain the balance about different materials, spiritual, body, mind, consciousness balances and that. So we have a responsibility to maintain this homeostasis. And then Panch Keshas, okay, he talked about, 5 elements which are very, very, very ingrained in the Vedic philosophy. That is avidya, our lack of knowledge, the incompetent knowledge of self or the truth. Then, Ashmita, the Ashmita is our ability to handle immunity, etc. The sense of I-ness, I am, that ego comes in, Shankya's philosophy, they talked about buddhi, mahat and buddhi consciousness. Mahat is a universal consciousness, and ego is I for I-ness. So that narrates certain things for us is Ashmita. And then raga. Raga is basically like attachment or desires. I have this desire, that desire. The dvesha, the attachments to dislike. I don't like you. I don't like this thing. So more likes and dislikes we have, more prejudices we make, and more prejudices we make, more, we go away ourselves from ourself, bigger self, right? And abhiniveshas, the fear of extinction. This is a beautiful concept. It opened up my mind to different dimensions. That, the fear of extinction, that if I am a businessman, I am, I'm just using the name, please pardon me, like I'm Alok or Sunil. I define myself that I live here. I have this engineering degree. I have this MBA degree. And if you pull that away from you, if that is pulled away from me, I feel lost. I lost my identity. So if we have to merge with ourselves, first you have to get out of that. The fear of extinction is such a driving force for us to keep staying in this material world and don't go into the spiritual side of the other elements. I was fascinated by some of these 5 explanations what he mentioned. So the fear of extinction means that we are clinged to the life. Clinging to the life occurs through our own survival function. And when we are in the survival mode, we are in the lower self. All the time. All the 5 senses are working in our survival mode. We can't go up to our subtle level, mind, consciousness, intellect, and other things. Chit, buddhi, manas, ahankar. And we covered that. So collectively, these are our survival functions. So we stay there. We don't go up. That is why people who are unconscious in the definition of some yogis, they stay into this stage, Muladhara chakra, lower chakras, etc. But because it is in the survival mode, that is why Muladhara chakra, Swadhisthana chakras are survival, creativity, sexual desire. So those are the lower 2 chakras, and the other 5 chakras are they find it difficult to go to the 7th chakra. So bottom-up transcend brainstem operation through tapas. So how do we manage when we have a blood pressure? When we do asana, our heart rate precipitation changes. Pranayama will happen because of that. Digestion is mityahara. Mityahara is like, eating something which is not healthy. Elimination of digestive and health issues. Sleep, body and brain health. Sexual reproduction is brahmacharya and sexual responsibility. As we know, Patanjali's, the Ashtanga Yoga, the first is yama and yama. What is the rule for myself, for my own body, mind, and soul? 5 elements. And what are my roles to the society in terms of non-violence and not stealing, not possessions and things like that? So beautifully, these things, if we practice, so the lower body elements, we will rise up to the higher level. And the yoga. And how do you know that these main yoga components, the last thing he taught, he started with the yoga chitta vritti nirodha, and he picked up this from Bhagavad Gita. I will just read the meaning that for those who are moderate in food, recreation, work, and sleep, and wakefulness, who become awake and aware, yoga is the remover of the suffering. Beautiful, right? And I was so happy that I could not feel like sharing with, and I'm sure he will not mind me sharing this here. The transcending survival function changes our asmita, the sense of I-ness, because now myself inside the skin becomes bigger. It becomes consciousness, right? So that is how asmita, the sense of I-ness through narrative as Abhinivasa, the fear of extinction, is weakened. That I am nobody. I have a soul which is eternal, and my body is only temporal. So I become integrated to the universe. You see how scientifically he has covered all the elements to become one with the universe. And when Abhinivasha is weakened, then other 2 things like raga and dvesha, attachment or desires and dislike, they just fall apart. They just break down. And we begin to automatically become thin and light at the heavy grosser level. And at this stage, we can begin to contemplate, who am I? What is the purpose and meaning of my life? What is my health goal to achieve this purpose and meaning of this life? Why God has given me so much? It is not for me. It has to be given away. As we all know, Lakshmi, the goddess of the wealth and Saraswati, goddess of knowledge, they keep moving houses. Whatever is given to us, knowledge to become wisdom, so that we can give it to the people. Whatever money is given to us, we have to give it back, right? So our purpose of life, which we normally start with our Dincharya before that, the definition changes. And what am I doing here? What do I do next? All those answer becomes important. And we go into more subtler things of our life and things like that. So in the conclusion, basically, he beautifully concluded that yoga is a top-down, bottom-up, multi-modality practice. It exerts an influence on the autonomic nervous system and on the brain-body communications. Obstacles to freedom are expressed in the physiological location, and studying the effect of Kriya Yoga specifically on those locations could lead to new understanding about how yoga is more than a practice that gives us more than just physiological and mental benefit. Isn't it beautiful?
Yes. Yeah, it's good summary of yoga, how it helps.
Very nice. And I'm using the screensaver, Dr. Rath. He's a Jyotish. He gave another presentation, maybe for some other day, right? Beautiful. So if you are ready, we can start our sadhana. It is also a little 4 minutes over today. Let me see if who are joined. Let me enter them. And I'm going to the speaker mode. If you like, you can put, I'm putting you on the mute right now. And I'm going to the speaker mode so that other people. All right. Sit straight in such a way that spinal cord, Muladhara chakra, all the 7 chakras, Sushumna Nadi is straight, as if somebody is pulling the thread over your head, and it is being pulled up in the roof. And then pay attention to this navel point. When we breathe in, navel point comes out. When we breathe out, our navel, suck this navel point towards the spinal cord as much as possible so that it takes out all the air out of the body. So breathe in. You can keep the hand in the chin mudra. You can close your eyes if you like. Breathe out using the navel. Pay attention to the navel when you're breathing in, breathing out. Engage the diaphragm, which itself is a very powerful thing in this practice. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more. Breathe in. Breathe out. Pay this attention during the whole session that you're breathing using the navel point and breathing out using the navel point. Feel the source of divine light already present in your heart. And feel the presence here and now. We start by putting our hands in the front and just bend. Keep the smile on our face. And then close your thumb inside and start rotating the wrist while taking the hands on the side, in such a way that our hands are going behind and our shoulder blades getting compressed. Then you rotate the hands backward and bring it forward. Continue to do the yogic breath as we discussed in the day. This is the first exercise. Second exercise is join our hand and do this very slowly and gently with full awareness. That is very important, with full awareness. Take those hands slowly, one muscle at a time. Engage those muscles. Well, keep breathing. And there we will turn to the left and we'll do 2 breathing there. Left. Second breathing. When we're doing that, we can see the right hand side, 3 chambers of our lungs are stretched. Those muscles are stretched. Come back to the center and we'll go to the right hand side. Do 2 breathing here. See, we have 2 chambers of the lungs on the left hand side. Those muscles are stretched. Be aware of those muscles, part of the auxiliary respiratory system, and then take the hands back and look up, stretch whatever, and do 2 breathing. Mm. Mm. And slowly bring those hands to the knees. Very gently, very gently. More gently we are, then each and every muscle is engaged, and there is a you don't need to rush that. Now we'll take the right hand, put it to the left foot, and our left hand goes behind, and we look over our left shoulder, and we'll do 2 breathing here. We're twisting our body. Second breathing breath. You can do slower on your practice Monday to Saturday. Now we will take left hand to the right ankle and take the right hand behind and look over our right shoulder. And we'll do 2 yogic breaths. Come back to the normal position, keeping both the hands on the thighs. And the last one exercise we do is a gentle neck exercises. Be very gentle, slowly come forward, chin touching the chest. While continue to do the yogic breathing, we'll turn our head to the left in a rotational form. And from there, we'll take it to the back. Very gentle. Feel each and every muscle in your neck getting engaged. Then go slowly on the right hand side. Very gently. Say thank you to all the nerves and the muscle which keeps our head high throughout the day. When we are in the front, go to the right. Go back. And there to the left. There to the front. Do these micro exercises, come back straight position. We have engaged all the auxiliary muscles of our lung. And by doing yogic breath, we have used the main respiratory muscles. That is how we do warm up. And from here, we will do pranayama.
Your voice is a little low, just FYI.
Okay. You want to increase the volume at your end?
Yeah, I did.
All right.
Okay, but that's okay. I can hear kind of.
All right. Thank you. So we will start the pranayama, and normally it is recommended to do Nasya, drinking water as per the handout, and follow the contraindications which are listed below. So we gently take the hands up while breathing in very slowly, and hands should not be in the front, they should be back. Open up the chest completely. Slowly open it up completely, and when you pull the hand down with the intensity, you exhale. We exhale. We'll do 2 rounds of 8. Keep the hands. Lung is the seat of emotions, deep-seated grief, sadness. So it is not only throwing those emotions out, but also all the stale air from the body is coming out. Take it. Another deep breath, yogic breath here. And exhale. Now we'll do the second round of 8. Bhastrika automatically start generating the heat in our muscular bodies. Second pranayama is Kapalbhati. We will do 2 rounds of 108, but you follow your body. You stop. Whenever you stop, you bend forward, exhale completely, and then you inhale, right? So what I do is typically I keep my fist so that I can open the 3 chambers on the right and 2 chambers on the left of our lungs completely open. And I inhale. And the focus in Kapalbhati is on exhale. Inhale will happen automatically. And we'll do 1 round. I'll keep the count. Start with breathe in. And then use your diaphragm and stomach muscles to exhale. Bend forward and exhale completely. Come back and inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. So this is the 1 round of 108 Kapalbhati. Feel the energy moving and exhaling the whole air from your lungs and engaging diaphragm, which is basically vibrating all the water we are drinking, cleaning internal visceral organs and many other benefits. We are getting ready for the 2nd round of 108 Kapalbhati, or whatever your body allows you to do. Let me start. Inhale and exhale. Exhale completely, but then move forward. And then pull back and inhale. Exhale, inhale, and exhale. Third, we will do Anulom Vilom, and we will do without Kumbhaka, without holding the breath. But I think your practice some people can do it differently, but this is what we'll do today. Hold your index finger and middle finger onto the heart chakra on your palm so that we can use other side to close our nostril. So we'll close right nostril, breathe in from the left as slowly as you can. Then change, breathe out from the right. Left hand can be in Chin Mudra. Breathe in from the right. Change and breathe out from the left. That is one Anulom Vilom. Second, breathe in left. Change, breathe out right. Breathe in right. Change, breathe out left. Do it at your own pace. breathe out, right? We're doing 2 rounds of, of 8. Right, breathe in. Change, left out. 4 left in. Change, right out. 4 right in. Change, left out. 5 left in. Change, right out. Make sure you're using the belly button to squeeze the air in and out of the body. Right in. Change, left out. 6 left in. Change, right out. Right in. Left. 7 left in. Change, right out. Right in. Inhale, belly button is going up. Change, left out, belly button is squeezing inside. Finally, left in. Change, right out. Engage your belly button. Right in. Squeeze your belly button towards spinal cord. Left. Keep the hand down. Chin mudra. Keep your eyes closed. Feel the vibration of balancing the sympathetic and parasympathetic system. Grounding us. Most important pranayama for Vata. Space and elements are up. Space and air elements are up. We bring them down. Can be used anytime during the day when we feel fear, anxiety, or disturbance to ground us. And it has no contraindication, as you can read. Breathe in, always belly button going up. Breathe out by squeezing the belly button inside. We'll do the second round of Anulom Vilom, and we can do with the medium speed. Right hand up, closing the right nostril, breathe in left. Change, breathe out right. Doing medium pace is more cleansing than slow. Breathe in right. Change, breathe out left. Keep attention to belly button breathing in, breathing out. Left in. Change, right out. Right in. Left out. 3 left in. Change, right out. Right in. Change, left out. Left in. Change, out. Right in. Change, left out. 5 left in. Change, right out. Right in, belly button going up. Change, left out, belly button squeezing inside towards spinal cord. 6 left in. Change, right out, right in, left out, 7 left in, change right out, right in, change left out. Finally, 8 left in, belly button going out. Change right out, belly button squeezing inside. Right in. Change left out. Hands down, chin mudra on your thighs, close eyes and feel the energy. Sympathetic, left side Ida Nadi, right side Pingala Nadi, and central Sushumna Nadis are in perfect balance. Surya Nadi, left nostril is Chandra Nadi, right nostril, Surya Nadi, breathing is in sync. Left will breathe mostly in the night, right will breathe mostly in the day. Right is sympathetic system link breathing, right nostril, left nostril, moon breathing. Parasympathetic system restore and rejuvenate in the night. They all get balanced. Feel the calming energy running down the system. Gently open your eyes, close your fist. Fourth asana we'll do is Agni. We can take leverage. Use these hands to move your spinal cord. Feel the energy in spinal cord. In your muscles, your hand muscles are getting engaged in this. Use this as a leverage. Keep your head straight up when we do this. So in Agni Sar, what we do is we squeeze all the air out by bending forward. Then we hold the breath there. By holding the breath, we'll come back to the normal position and we move the diaphragm up 8 times or whatever your body allows. Exhale, bending forward, exhale completely, hold your breath and come back and squeeze your diaphragm 8 times. I'll do that one more time and without speaking. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in. It's just squeezing all the liver, pancreas, and spleen. By holding the breath, we are squeezing it inside and taking out all the toxin which will increase your appetite while massaging the viscera. One more breathe in, then we do the second round of 8 Agnis. Breathe in, breathe out completely by bending forward. Inhale. Exhale and inhale. So these first 4 pranayama to be done in this sequence are very effective for cleansing different systems. Of course, you follow the instruction of contraindication not to do in certain condition as it can be. Now the next set of 4 pranayama, we never do more than 17 and maximum 1 round. Please. And so there, the 5th pranayama is Brahmi. We close our eyes with 2 fingers. Our index finger can rest on the forehead. Little finger can rest on our cheeks. And our both the thumbs are closing the ear completely. And we are inhaling the air while exhaling. We're making the humming sound like which will vibrate our skull. If our skull is not vibrating, it means we have not closed our ear properly. Okay? Let's do 1 round of 8 at your own pace. I hope we did it with the belly button, squeezing the air in and out with this Brahmari pranayama. This is such a beautiful HPA index balancing, chemical index hormone balancer in our body, vibrating the pituitary pineal gland, thyroid gland, thymus glands, build such a serenity in our above 5 chakras, all the way to STK. Breathe in, breathe out in between the pranayama. Feel the energy moving. Now we'll do the Geet, where we'll keep our right hand, 1 round of 8, this bone touching our hip bone, and here we breathe in by making the sound in our throat, and we breathe out by closing the right nostril from the left nostril. I'll show you one. We'll do 1 round of 8. Breathe out from the left. Let's do 1 round of 8. We breathe in slowly, we breathe out with the intensity. Cleans up all the germ bacteria growth in our throat, especially in COVID, very helpful. And it is also improve the quality of voice. Breathe in and breathe out. Now we'll do Sheetli, 1 round of 8. It cools our internal organ and even quench our thirst. We just breathe in by twisting our tongue. We close our mouth and we breathe out from the nose. So the air gets cooled from our tongue and cools our internal visceral organs, cools our body, and very good for summer. Restricted in the winter. Be careful about it. Let's do 1 round of 8. We can keep our head straight, looking up. The final pranayama we do with it, in which we can chant Hari Om or any other mantra you like to, and we breathe in by rotating also our neck. I'll first demonstrate and then we'll do one round of it. We bend our neck forward as much as we can and very gently we breathe in. And then we start rotating our neck upward by making the sound as loud as you can using the belly button. Hari Om. When we come down, our mouth get closed halfway through, and then we continue to vibrating the things. We'll do one round of it. You can keep your eyes closed to see the effect of this, and as loud as you can. Hari Om. 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 This can even awaken Kundalini for those people who are looking for awakening the Kundalini. This is the key pranayama. Right? So now we will do, after this 8 pranayama, warm-up exercises while sitting. Follow up, we will do Surya Namaskara 2 rounds, and then we will conclude. So close both the hands, keep both the legs together in a butterfly pose. Let me remove the background of Lord Shiva so that you can see me clearly, and we do butterfly. If you're ready, you can continue to do the butterfly. But do 8 breathing of butterfly so that, please pardon my litter in the background. 8 time breathing in, breathing out from the belly. And slowly start opening your hip as well as ball and socket joint. Keep your head straight. Pull your head backward so that our spine is straight. When you have done, stretch your legs, open up the joints. You can stop and stretch your legs forward and try to touch your toes, bend your back, relax a little bit. And if you need to bend your knees, you can do that. Take your hands, bend as much as you can. My body doesn't allow to bend forward as much, but some people can just put their head between the knees. So there we will go back to the lotus position while left leg goes under. We use the right hand to hold the right leg. Right hand to hold the right leg. And we'll take the left hand under our feet and we hold it like a baby. And there again, 8 breath, broke the bit. And try to do the belly breathing from your navel point. Yogic breath. Be gentle to your body. Whatever your body allows you to do, respect the limit of the body. Each person is different. As we say, yoga is a union. So this way we are physically present at this moment of time and trying to pay attention to what is divinity within our heart. Yoga is a union of the two. Keep your left hand little lower. Yes, thank you. And when you're ready, keep right foot with right hand on the ground and lift left feet with the left hand to go up. Take a right hand behind and today we are wearing the matching dress, black pant and blue t-shirts. Do 8 breathing. You know, when we are going through the presentation, one thought was coming to my mind that, you know, knowledge and wisdom is there in all the books and library of all the scriptures for all the religions and practice around the world. But how many of us are really take that knowledge and convert that into our wisdom and implement it in our life, right? Very few. Swadhyay. Patanjali's Ashtanga Yoga. How many of us implement that yama and niyama in our life? Even though all of us know about it, right? Gently keep your leg down. So now, today, because time is running out, we will do 2 Surya Namaskaras and we will integrate cow and cobra modification in our Surya Namaskara. So what we do is, you will see the change when we come down from the dog position. We will stay there in cow, do 2 breathing there, up and down. When we breathe, we lift the head and all, you will see that. And then when we are in the cobra, we will lift ourselves 2 times so that we extend cat and cobra into Surya Namaskara. And that is how we can integrate many other asanas into our Surya Namaskara practice, depending upon what are we doing. And cat, cow, and cobra, 3 poses are very good for Vata. So I will introduce 2 of them in this. Let's stand straight. Gently stand straight. Take the hands up. Take the hands up in the air. Bend back. Join the hands together. Bend backward. By looking up on the roof, very gently bend backward and do 1 yoga breath here. You see the stretch in the backbone. Be gentle to your backbone. And then bend forward. 1 vertebra at a time. 1 vertebra at a time. Bend forward, forward, and let your head comes down below the heart, and the blood is flowing from your heart to head. In this position, you can say yes or no. Your head muscles are just hanging below without any muscular control. You can use your two fingers to hold the thumb of your feet, and you can bend your knees or you can stretch your back and stay there for a minute by doing 2-3 yogic breaths. One more breath. And slowly bring your head up, hold the hands up, go in the backward bend position from there. Very gently, be aware of each vertebra getting stretched and bring the hand above your head, look up in the sky on the roof, and then both the hands come back to the heart chakra. Holding. All right. Now move, you can move the beginning of the mat, both the hands going up in the air, then bend forward, keep both the hands next to your feet, right leg going back, right knees on the mat, look up, right knees on the mat, look up as much as you can, and then go to the downward dog position. Here you walk, right feet, put the weight of the right feet, left feet, right feet, left feet. Stretch your shoulders completely. So we are staying there. We are not continuously going into a sun salutation. We are trying to warm up our feet, knees, shoulder blades by putting the head towards the feet and stretching the shoulder blades. Then both the knees are on the mat here. Put the knees on the mat. Make sure that your hands are in the cat position, like a cat, balancing. We will do 2 rounds of breathe in. When we breathe in, our head goes up. Breathe in from the belly, and then when we breathe out, our head goes down and back goes up like that. Second round of breathe in. Breathe out. Now you can put your chin on the mat. Stretch your legs. Both the hands come to the cobra position. We are going to modify this. Look up. The cobra position. Go down. Second cobra position up. We breathe in. We breathe out. From here, back to the downward dog position. Since we took the right foot back, we bring the left foot forward. Right knee on the mat. Look up. Bring the right foot forward. Bending forward. And take both the hands slowly up to the back. And both the hands to the heart chakra. So this is right side first half. We'll do now the same thing on the left hand side. Take both the hands up behind your head. Bring both the hands downward next to your feet. This time we'll take left foot backward, left knees on the mat, and look up. Now right foot going backward, downward dog position. Both the knees to the mat, into the cat position. We breathe in, two breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Going to chin onto the mat. Stretch your legs with hands. Come to the cobra position 1. Breathe in, breathe out on the floor. Second cobra position, breathe in, up. Breathe out. Downward dog position. Since we took the left foot down, now we'll bring right foot forward. Left knees on the mat and look up. Bring the left foot forward, the bending position, and slowly take both the hands up in the air, backward bend. And from there, both the hands folding in front of the heart chakra. So we completed 1 round of Surya Namaskara with modification of cat and cobra. Now do the second round. Both the hands up in the air. Both the hands next to the feet in the forward bend position. Right leg going down. Right knee on the mat. Look up. Left foot going backward. Downward dog position. Both the knees on the mat. Look up. Two yogic breath. 1. Breathe in. Breathe out. Second, breathe in. Breathe out. Chin to the mat. Cobra position 1. Breathe in. Breathe out on the mat. Second cobra position of breathe in. Breathe out. Downward dog position. Left foot forward. Right knees on the mat. Look up. Breathe by breathing in. Right foot forward. Breathe out. Going up slowly, 1 vertebra at a time. Breathing in. Backward bend position. Breathe out. Both the hands to the heart chakra. Second part of the second round. Both the hands up in the air. Breathing. Breathing in. Put the hands next to the feet. Breathe out. This time left foot backward. Left knees to the ground. Look up. Breathe in. Then downward position. Breathe out. Now both the knees on the mat in a cat. 2 rounds of breathing in and breathing out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Chin to the floor. Stretch your legs. Cobra 1, breathe in. Breathe out. Second cobra, breathe in. Breathe out. Hold downward dog position. The right foot forward. Left knees on the mat. Look up. Left foot forward. Breathe out. Both the hands on a backward bend position. And both the hands to heart chakra. Breathe out. So we did 2 rounds of Surya Namaskara with modification. Sit on the ground. And we'll do 1 bridge pose, 2 round of hold. Lie down on your back. Lie down on your back. We'll do bridge pose. And we do happy baby. And after that, we'll do backward bend. So bring both the feet close to your hips and lift your hip up in the air so that your pelvic girdle is completely compressed. You can put both your hands below your hip and push them up. And let's do 2 yogic breath here. Breathe in. Breathe out. Keep lifting your hip up. Breathe in. Breathe out. Up, down slowly, 1 vertebra at a time. Have a control on your vertebra when you're going up and coming. 1 vertebra at a time. All right. 1 asana I'm inserting
Stretch your legs and then fold them as if you're sitting on the chair. Both your hands are on the side. We do twist. We'll take both the feet to the ground on the right hand side while we look on the left hand side. Keep breathing, two breathing here. Your legs are touching on the right hand side and looking left. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more. Breathe in. And breathe out. Now slowly lift your legs, chair position, leg from the right and take it to the left. And start looking on the right hand side hand. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. And now bring your legs straight up. Okay. You want to do shoulder stand? This is the time to do shoulder stand. We'll do shoulder stand and we'll do two breathe in, breathe out in the shoulders. All right. Lift your legs up in the air and holding the legs there, you can circulate your feet, stretch your feet, whatever you need to do. And do two yogic breath here. If you want, you can bend above your head, whichever way you want to do, whatever will make your sadhana complete today. Do any of those asanas now. Keep breathing. And squeeze your stomach. And gently come back to the happy baby. Keep both the right hand holding the right feet, left hand holding the left feet, and you're stretching your thighs. You can massage your back. And take two yogic breaths here. From here, I want you to just keep your legs straight on the ground. Hold the palms up, facing up next to your body. I want you to close our eyes. And now let's pay attention to all the body resting on Mother Earth. By keeping the eyes closed, feel the weightlessness. There's no weight in your body. How Mother Earth is holding our body, where no muscle engagement is happening in our body. There's no muscle holding us, keeping us straight, but just disengage all the muscles. When we are lying down on the ground, feel how the Mother Earth is giving the energies to our body, to all the contact points of our body with Earth. Let's start with the right ankle of the feet on the ground. See the sparks between Earth and our body, how the Mother Earth is nourishing our body with earthly energy on the right ankle, right leg, right hip, right shoulder blade. Keep our eyes closed. Right ankle of the right hand, right back of the palm touching the earth. From there, we'll travel to the back of the head, resting on earth. From there, we'll go to left shoulder blade touching the earth, left elbow, Left hand, back of the palm touching the earth. Left hip, left leg, left ankle, heel touching the ground. Feel all the energy point touching the earth and charging our body. Divine energy. We want to keep our eyes closed and experience this for 1 or 2 minutes silently with gratitude of this nourishing sadhana at the Brahma-Muhurata on Sunday morning. Either you can continue by keeping your eyes closed in the Shavasana as long as you want, or you can raise your right hand above your head, bend your left leg, turn towards the right, and keeping the eyes closed, use the left hand to lift your body into lotus pose by keeping the eyes closed. And hands to the heart chakra. And by eyes closed, I'm grateful to the universe and company of you all. Thank you so much for joining the sadhana with us on Sunday morning. Thank you. How was it? I can continue meditation after this, but I think I should also give the credit to the person who had given this beautiful thing. I forgot to give the credit part of it. So we talked about this conclusion, and there is a reference, like some of his resources. Eddie Stern's site is there, so that in case you want to learn more about it, we should give credit to the person whose presentation we have shared. All right. Thank you so much. You guys have a beautiful Sunday. Thank you.